This is Jarrod Horak, and I'm back with my final video this week. I took a look at the UAE Oaks and the Rachel Alexandra Stakes, two Kentucky Oaks points races, and now I'm going to do the Risen Star Stakes in this video. If you're interested in my full card analysis at Santa Anita Park, you can head on over to the runawayhorse.com. You will find those full cards on my sales page. Each day Santa Anita runs. You can purchase individual full cards, weekly and weekend packages, or the entire meet at the runawayhorse.com on my sales page. Bonus free selections at horseracing.nation.com. I do a daily best bets blog there. You can find that daily best bet at horseracing.nation.com on the front page in the handicapping section each day. And now we will get into the analysis of this video. But before I do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. Now I will get into this Kentucky Derby points race, and it will be the 13th race at Fairgrounds for Saturday, February 18th, 2023. And it's going to be the Grade 2, $400,000 Risen Star Stakes, 3-year-olds, a mile and an eighth on the main track. Scheduled post time, 7:14 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 1, Quiet as Midnight. This one probably overmatched in here. Did earn improved speed ratings in all 3 starts. Those races were at Delta Downs, but she broke the maiden in a maiden claiming 20,000 second time out by a nose. And then an allowance race, non-winners 2 lifetime in the slop last time, ended up finishing a clear second. This horse has some ability, but doesn't seem to have stakes ability based on those speed ratings. Number 2, Single Ruler. This one is only run 5 times, and he has a win and a second. All of those races recently were at Fairgrounds, where he finished 3rd in a maiden special weight race, stretching out in distance in his 3rd career start on December 8th. And then he was a well-beaten 5th. That was on December 26th in a 12-horse field, breaking from that far outside post. And then they added blinkers last time, much better effort. He ended up rallying from off the pace, drove home to win by almost 3 lengths. So the blinkers really seemed to help him focus last time for trainer Keith DeSarmo. And Keith DeSarmo can be dangerous in these stakes races, hitting the board at long odds. This one will try to get involved from off the pace, but he's going to have to run a bit better. But I did like that improvement with the blinkers last time. Shaq Diesel is the next one, and he's 3 for 7 lifetime, exiting a victory at Tampa Bay Downs. And that was a good win where he was up on the pace throughout, and he won by a neck. He's got some versatility. He can stalk the pace comfortably as well. So he did stretch out last time and run that better race. So that's a good sign that he stretched out and handled the added ground. But this is a much better field, and he meets other speed in here. The next one is Determinedly, and he's one that should be part of the pace. He really got lucky last time to hold on, adding Lasix and setting some slow fractions. But let's backtrack a little bit and look at his earlier races. In his 2nd career start, he stretched out after finishing 4th in a dirt sprint in his career debut. And in his 2nd start on turf at Saratoga, he rallied to finish 2nd at a mile and a 16th. So it was good to see he handled that added ground. Then as a maiden in the Grade 3 with Anticipation Stakes, he finished 4th in a 7-horse field. He was 4th again in a maiden turf route in his next start. And then he started to get better when they switched surfaces. He moved back to the main track, 7 furlongs, cut back in distance to Keeneland, November 5th, Breeders' Cup undercard. Arabian Night, who's a highly regarded Bob Baffert trainee who dominated the Southwest Stakes recently. He dominated this maiden race. He won by 7 lengths, and Determinedly was clearly second best behind him. And then Determinedly came back, and he broke his maiden by 7 lengths. And then in the Gunrunner Stakes, he ended up in okay 3rd. And then that last race at Fairgrounds, he probably should have won that race easier. The opening quarter was 25-1. He was all alone out front in that 5-horse field. He was just coasting along, and he opened up by 3 lengths in the stretch. So moderate fractions, very easy lead, and he just did hold on and win by a neck there. So now meeting other speed, tougher company, bigger field, he's going to have to run much better. The next one is Harlow Cap, and he's another one that has some speed. And now he's in the Steve Asmussen barn. He was trained by Bob Baffert in his first 3 starts. But the runners from the Baffert barn are ineligible to earn Kentucky Derby points. So if they want to get the horses that were Baffert trainees to get them into the Derby and qualify, they're going to have to move to different barns, just like they did last year. And Steve Asmussen now will take over the training here. And this one has some ability. In his first career start, 6.5 furlongs at Del Mar, Spun Intended dominated that one. He was a clear second after breaking slow, stalking the pace, and then finishing a clear second there. Second time out, they stretched out in distance, hit a lot of early trouble. Coming around that first turn, he was shuffled back. They wanted to get to the lead, they couldn't, and then he was able to scoot up along the inside after he recovered and open up a clear lead. And he had a clear lead in the stretch, but his stablemate Mr. Fisk ran him down there. And then in his third start, he was much better. He had a good break. He took right off and took the lead, and he dominated that race, and he won by more than 4 lengths. So he earned an improved speed rating last time. They paid $400,000 for this son of Justify. Bodie Meister is the dam sire. Excellent pedigree. A bullet workout at Santa Anita for this. 6 furlongs and 1:11 and change on February 11th. John Velasquez, his regular rider, stays aboard, and he should be all over the pace. Angel of Empire for trainer Brad Cox, one of 3 runners for trainer Brad Cox in this race. And he's run 4 times with 2 wins and a second. He won his career debut in the Slop in Indiana. Second time out, a turf race at Kentucky Downs. He was up the track, back on the main track, Indiana, in his next start. Non-winners 2 lifetime allowance in November. He dominated that one after rallying from off the pace. And then in the Smarty Jones Stakes, Victory Formation, his stablemate, was able to just control the pace there and win nicely by 3 lengths. But Angel Empire chased, did not give up, and finished a clear second. Solid effort in that spot. Luis Saez is going to get aboard, and he's 2 for 3 with trainer Brad Cox recently. And this one will probably be sitting somewhere in mid-pack and then trying to pounce in the stretch. Sun Thunder is a late runner for trainer Kenny McPeak. This one is a son of Into Mischief, and Brian Hernandez Jr. will ride this one. And he was a well-beaten third after rallying from off the pace in his debut. He rallied from 11th place, rallying wide at 19-1 odds, determinedly won that one. And then the runner-up was the next out winner. And then Sun Thunder came back, and he was the next out winner by 6 lengths, rallying from off the pace at Oaklawn Park at 1 mile on December 31st of last year. And then his first start this year, the Southwest Stakes, Arabian Night dominated that one. And he was really no threat. It was a sloppy track, and he ended up finishing 4th, beaten more than 9 lengths. So he's one that he really doesn't have any speed. He's lightly raced. He still has some upside, but he's going to need a lot of pace help. And he did have a bullet workout for this on January 21st. Tapit's Conquest is number 8. He's the second Brad Cox trainee. This one is a son of Tapit, so the distance won't really cause him any trouble. In his debut at 7 furlongs, that was at Saratoga last summer, he was 16-1, and he rallied from off the pace to finish second, and he was only beaten a half length there. And then in his second career start, they stretched him out in distance, Churchill Downs, mile and a 16th, October 1st, from post 10 in a 10-horse field. He chased outside, he took the lead, he took over, and he won easily by 3.5 lengths. His first start this year, that was that determinedly race I was talking about last time, 5-horse field. He was last early. They were going 25-1, 48-4, 113. So they were just crawling around the track, and he really did put up a nice run in there, and he was able to finish second, beating the neck. So that was a good effort, and I would expect that he's one that if he can get some pace help, he could be sitting in mid-pack, and he could do some damage in here. Curly Jack is the next one, he's got plenty of stakes experience. He's one for trainer Tom Amos that has run well in 4 of his 6 starts. He won his debut, 5.5 furlongs at Churchill Downs, and then in his second start, the Grade 3 Sanford, he battled on the pace and he was 5th. He went wire to wire in his debut, and then he started to learn to relax a bit after that. In his third start, the 7 furlong Ellis Park Juvenile, in that race, he was second by a head, rallying from 5th. He bounced back and he won the Iroquois Stakes to get his second career victory in the first Kentucky Derby points race in that Grade 3 at a mile and a 16th on September 17th, and he rallied from 6th in a 9-horse field. He was well beaten in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, 5th, beaten 12 lengths, but it was a 10-horse field. He wasn't embarrassed. 2-year-old champion Forte won that one. Cave Rock and National Treasure, 2 Baffert trainees, were 2nd and 3rd, so he didn't run poorly at all there. And then the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes, a Grade 2 last time out, November 26th, and in that race, he finished nicely to finish second. Solid effort there, but his speed ratings really aren't getting any better. So he's one that he's going to have to really run faster here. But he has good stakes experience. He's run well in the stakes ranks, and he will try to get involved probably from a mid-pack stalking position. 2 Phils is next for trainer Larry Ravelli. This one is a son of Hard Spun, and he's one that's run 6 times with 3 wins and a second place finish. And he won his second career start at Colonial Downs, going wire to wire at 6 furlongs on the main track. Then he won a stakes race, a $50,000 stakes race at Canterbury by 9 lengths. He was all over the pace there. They stretched out in distance. He was no threat in the Breeders' Futurity from post 12. He was 7th of 14 that day, but he was wide, really didn't have a good trip. He caught the slop in the Street Scent Stakes, and he liked the slop, and he romped by 5 lengths. That was on October 30th. And then his first start this year, the Grade 3 Le Comte Stakes. He rallied. He made a bid to the lead. He couldn't go with Instant Coffee late, but he was clearly second best. So he's one he's earned decent speed ratings in his last 2 races, and he has a bullet workout for this on February 8th. Number 11, Silver Heist for trainer Steve Asmussen, won his debut nicely, 6 furlongs at Fairgrounds in a 10-horse field. He rallied from 6th place to win by a length. Second time out, Optional Claiming Company. That was at Fairgrounds on January 21st. He was 3rd, beaten a length. Determinedly, Tapit's Conquest were 1-2 there, and he was 16-1 in that 5-horse field. So it's surprising that a Steve Asmussen trainee by Tapit on Bridled Song, the Damsire, after a nice maiden win in the debut, would be 16-1 second time out in a short field. But that's what happened there. But he didn't run too bad. Corey Lannery, who was aboard for his debut, but not last time, gets back aboard here, and he has a bullet workout for this, 5 furlongs and 59 and change at Fairgrounds on February 6th. Number 12, Krupi, is a maiden for trainer Todd Pletcher with 5 starts, 2 seconds, and 3 third-place finishes. He rallied to finish from far back. He was 14 lengths back in his debut at Saratoga at 7 furlongs, and he finished 3rd, beaten 6 lengths. He just missed second by a nose. 7 furlongs again. He rallied from the back of the pack from last to finish 3rd there. And then a 1-turn mile in the mud in his 3rd start at Aqueduct. He was an even 3rd there. And then he ran a bit better at a mile and an 1/8 in his next start on November 20th. He rallied from 6th in a 6-horse field. He made a bid towards the lead, and then he was 2nd, beaten a bit more than 2 lengths. But his best effort was last time. He added Lasix, a 1-turn mile coming off of a layoff, and he earned a strong speed rating. We'll have to see if that speed rating was for real last time. We're in a maiden special weight race. He rallied from 10th. He made a bid to the lead, and he tried to go with the winner, and he was right with that winner all the way in the stretch, 2nd by a head, and the top 2 were 15 lengths clear of the rest. So maybe that speed rating was for real. We're going to find out. They paid $275,000 for this one. This Pletcher trainee, the sire is Curlin. Malibu Moon is the dam sire. James Graham is going to ride. He's going to try to get involved off the pace, and if he can run as fast as he did last time, he is a contender for a top 3 position. Victory Formation for jockey Flavian Pratt, and he's the 3rd runner for trainer Brad Cox in this race. This one is the son of Tapit, and Smart Strike is the dam sire, and they paid $340,000 for him. He wired the field in his 6.5 furlong debut at Keeneland last fall. Second time out, he was up on the pace, and he dropped back a little bit, and then he came again to win by a neck. And then in his last start, the Smarty Jones Stakes, a 2-turn, 1-mile race. So he stretched out after those 2 sprints, and he was able to control the pace under Flavian Pratt there. They weren't going particularly fast, and he was able to just be in complete command throughout in that race. So now he meets other speed, and he's got an outer post, but he did win that Kentucky Derby points race last time out. Number 14, Private Creed. This one for Steve Asmussen. This one is the son of Jimmy Creed, and he's run well in all 6 starts. Top 3 finishes with 3 wins, a 2nd, and 2/3. Won his career debut, and that was in a turf sprint, and all of his races were on turf. He stalked and scored in his turf sprint debut. The Skidmore Stakes, he finished an even 3rd. He won the Juvenile Sprint Stakes, a $500,000 race at Kentucky Downs in his next start. The Indian Summer, he won that one from off the pace. That was at Keeneland in the fall. The Breeders' Cup Juvenile Sprint, he rallied from 10th to finish 3rd. And then the Texas Turf Mile last time, he was 2nd, beaten ahead. And he added Lasix that day. So he handled the added ground last time, but now can he handle dirt? And then post 14, certainly no kind of bargain at all in this race. So this is a wide open race. Obviously, Victory Formation is probably going to be the favorite, but he does meet other speed, and I think that the pace could be honest, and I'm going to go with Tapit's Conquest as my top choice. Good effort last time. He didn't get a lot of pace help, but he ran a quality race there, and he's one that I think will get pace help in this race. And he could offer a bit of value as I said, one of 3 runners for Brad Cox, and Victory Formation will be the favorite. And this Tapit Conquest should be a decent, playable price. One of the horses that I'd like to get in the money is number 12, Krupi, for trainer Todd Pletcher. Like that speed rating last time. Nice pedigree. Maybe he's getting good at the right time. So here's how I'll play this race. I'm going to make a win wager on number 8, Tapit's Conquest. My second choice is Harlow Cap, and he is the 5. So I'm going to play an exacta with the 5 and 8 on top, and then I'll use the 5, 8, and 12 Krupi in second in that exacta. And then I will key number 12 Krupi in third in a trifecta using the 5, 6, 8, and 13 in first and second. Those wagering strategies are on the screen now. And again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like these Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks points race videos. And I'll be back next week and every week to do these Kentucky Derby and Oaks points races. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel for all of those. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.